Hello. Hello, sunshines. What is going on? How are we currently doing? Alright, let's go. It is about time. It is about time we start a new artwork. Hey, Mappa. It is about time. You might feel the lasso tool. It's I bound it to F1. Yeah, to F1 pretty much. I know that people used to do some kind of like additional software or plugin for Photoshop that allowed you to pretty much have like a separate tool where like everything you select would just automatically fill in. I'm not sure if F1 is like if it's the base one or if it's the one that I made. So like you might have to tweak with that. Might want to do your own. I just kind of ran out of keybinds that are nearby the left side of the keyboard. That's why I did F1. I actually hate pressing F keys. Going to be big boy? Hell yeah, dude. So that's what I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be a big boy for sure. I'm just trying to kind of feel in the silhouette and get a feel for it. Definitely gonna be a big boy, that's for sure. I'm not sure if I should give him an axe, but even if I do, it would be like in this hand. Right, that would be like... I guess like bare hands would be even cooler. Because he's gonna be roaring, you know. That's what orcs do. It's gonna be an orc. What are you up to, Sunshines? What's going on? What's new? I just got from tattoo appointment yesterday. That's why there was no stream yesterday, so I'm kind of fucked. My left arm, or rather the shoulder, kind of the shoulder up to a little bit above the elbow. It's kind of even putting on this suit this time around was difficult because it hurts so bad. But it's alright, you know. We got through it. Waiting every day to see if I'm going to lose my job. Wait, why would you lose your job? Except if your job, bro. It is important that we get the scale right. Playing Cyberpunk. I was playing WoW earlier today. was leveling a new character. It's actually so much fun to like learn a new character. I think I've been missing out on that, just being a kind of one-trick pony for a couple of expansions. Rasterize. Let's fill in the base colors first, the one that I set on. Work or WHO. I actually have no idea what that is. US pulling out lots of us being laid off. Damn. WHO. That sounds familiar. I have no idea what it is though. Damn, that must be like really stressful. I would say the fact that you're gaming now is actually a very, very smart decision. Like the best thing you can do is just to mitigate the stress and like distract yourself. World Health Organization? Damn. Why are they like US pulling out lots? So why are the layoffs happening again? World Health Organization. I would assume that must be important. I did the colors in the wrong way. Hope it's not too late. A little bit too late to change it. Like this. Yeah, so it's good that you're distracting yourself with video games. It's actually like one thing that video games are actually really good for is for suppressing emotions. And you know, at the time where you're stressing out, that's literally what you need to do. Like, not even joking. Stop gonna bring money. What's your role there? Like, what do you usually do? So another thing we're gonna have here, I guess the most vibrant part would be his hair. I decided to go for red hair. An orc with long red hair, ain't that something? Actually, I would make it even darker. Oh yeah. I actually like this purplish hue. Emergency before... Oh god. Dude, it sounds like you're doing some super complicated, important work. Holy shit. Let's let... I would do one color for both uh, his teeth and also like the armor beats. That's one thing I like doing. I don't like making too many like different hues. Let's put like too many like local colors is what I don't like. Like kind of shifting hues as I go on different things, but you know, having as little local colors as I can. Hey, mystery. You're welcome. So when you gonna presumably know, Mappa? Like what time frame do you have to kind of live through with that stress? I hope it's like soon. Hopefully this week, you know. That must be really fucking scary. And if let's say you get fired, like, will you be able to easily find like a different job? It does sound like you're doing some important stuff, so probably maybe you'll get hired easily elsewhere. Right, and some metal as well. So there'll be like kind of bony parts, metally parts, these leather parts. Yeah, I guess that's all to his armor. And then his skin and hair. Also different colors. Might have been a good idea to put his hair on a separate layer, but maybe I'll bother with that later. Yeah, of course. If it gets to it, everybody would prefer to just stay. That would have been nicer. Hey dude, I believe that he'll stay. I need people for emergencies. Something that you shouldn't cut out. Hey Carbon. Yo, evening. So what are you thinking you're going for color for the background? I'm saying we go orange. Hey couple. I'm saying orange. Aggressive orange. Okay, maybe not that aggressive, that is. I'm thinking something super bright. How are we doing? We're doing well, thank you. What about you? We're doing well, just starting a new piece, feeling kind of cute about that already. Have you gone for the... Hold on. That must be something to it. I'm not sure if I really like that saturation though. They're all gonna be like losing here in the shadow. I mean, it'll definitely be very punchy. Working on chill animation right now? Nice. So what are you animating? You're saying chill, so I imagine it's something like maybe a loading screen for something or stuff like that. Live wallpaper? Oh yeah. That sounds nice. Hey, Cliff Rider. You're welcome. Unyoung. His shoe riding. One thing we can do is to kind of darken the whole thing like this. Usually I like doing this like multiply layer on top just to bring everything together. Do that again. Yep. Tips for doing backgrounds like this for character art. Tips for background. I would say first try to do abstract background that are just like complement the character, and only then go to scenes, because scenes are much harder. They'll have you count in the perspective and also, you know, the compositional stuff. Black cat and a koi fish swimming around there. Oh, that sounds very nice. That sounds actually super chill. Sounds like it would be like a relaxing wallpaper to look at. So yeah, for backgrounds, start kind of doing just abstract backgrounds, like not necessarily just a gradient, but like a kind of foggy gradient that you're painting yourself. And then maybe like whenever you get really comfortable and good with those, just kind of add like a horizon line, try to add like a super simple environment, while also keeping in mind all the like value tricks and stuff like that. I mean, like light and brightness, compositional setup. I'm kind of not sure what I want to do for this background, to be honest, like literally zero clue. And I felt like he would be... So he's like screaming, and I felt like you can see him standing, so I definitely gotta put in some ground. I'm just thinking if I should do that kind of more abstract and then not even fill in the rest, or should I? Well, if you're making animation, it would be really... The output before making anything but the reality is often disappointing. Just go for it, bro. Like, you'll get it done. It's just a matter of hours. Like, how much time are you willing to sink into it? Yeah, and I would say like at first, when I first started doing stuff like that, don't hesitate to spend more hours than needed. Not doing extra. Since that would be open air, we might have some clouds going on. I'm not sure if I would like to have them here though. Since he's like screaming, it should be like more intense kind of a piece. Actually, something like that might do. Might even have like some structures in the background. And doing this like iconic desert environment for an orc would be also pretty good. This like tilted horizon line would be not as bad. I'm kind of satisfied with that for now. Let's do his face, because that is gonna be very important. He's gonna make or break this piece. I actually remember also struggling with background so much, and even something like as simple and abstract, like it would be also such a struggle for me. So I had to like study other artists and pretty much repaint what they did for their like backgrounds and characters. But then it wouldn't match, right? Because like I wouldn't just repaint the whole thing. I would just like, you know, heavily reference a character from one place and then heavily reference a background from another piece, and they wouldn't match, obviously, right? But then I would have no idea why, like, why they were making the stuff they were making. So I would like just always, like, just mismatch those and struggle a lot with backgrounds. So yeah, I remember it being tough. Oh, really? Cliff Raya? That's interesting. I mean, that piece was like a pretty quick artwork, and not a lot of emphasis went into the background. And it definitely, that one had like a scene going on, so you know, you had like some environment in the background. So if you want to do abstract backgrounds, you would probably want to do something else. Not like the one that I did was like too complex, but it's just like to get those going fast, you gotta have a grasp on abstract ones first. At least I had to. I'll have another video coming up with like another piece that is like a perfect example of that. Character painting with almost like a gradient in the background. With the background. That actually serves so well, it's like, it's incredible. Oh yeah, I like the background a lot there too. Like I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it was bad. I'm just saying that it's like, it's not necessarily the most abstract one you can come up with. Short story if your character helps in making the background. Short story if your character helps in making the background. I'm not sure what you mean, but I would say no. As far as I understand it. I would say background is just pretty much just compositionally should be complementary. I mean, it depends, of course, like if, you know, that might be like a big piece, and then, of course, yeah, you gotta know stuff to come up with the background there. Kind of depends on what your intent is with a piece. For example, I'm working on like a big illustration at the moment, and they like the commissioner has asked for like everything very, very specifically, like certain environment, certain pose, certain like, you know, story to the piece and everything. So it's like, yeah, to that piece it would be like very, very important to get the background kind of match what the story is about. Sort of the character where he came from, his struggles. Well, not necessarily, honestly. I mean, like for this one, I don't think, like I'm actually making up the character pretty much as I go. Like it's just supposed to be like a super masculine orc, and like having this like super aggressive energy is what it's supposed to be. I don't think, you know, anything should complement this. Rather, you don't need a specific background to like complement this. It should be just complementing it, you know, as a piece, you know, as an artwork, not necessarily like a story-wise. However, if you can sneak that in, though, it's very good. But it's I think it should be extra. I mean, every time I managed to do like a little bit of storytelling, it always went pretty hard. Although I would say that you should kind of like visuals comes first and then storytelling second, is what I would say. I mean, of course, ideally it would be both, but if you had to choose, it would be like, I would say visuals first. Complement the background colors with characters' emotions. I would say you should, you know, complement one colors with other colors. I'm not really sure how you I'm not sure if like emotions and colors can like work in a certain way. I mean, like red for like danger or anger, and like cooler tones for like more calmness, and I'm not sure. I'd rather have reds like working along some, you know, nice blues or like greenish tones, just for a like pleasing visual composition rather than like anything like psychologically like that necessarily. For example, you know what I want you to hear, probably looking at this right now. So I had no idea how to start, right? But like, kind of my thought process of this is that characters, like, skin is like greenish, bluish. So let's put something totally opposite on the background, and we have like yellow. So it's like, it's gonna be warmer than the character himself. And now what we can do is we can actually, since this is already what we have set up, maybe we can go and have a really strong ring light on the character. Let's actually go a little bit more later first. So since there is going to be like a light hitting the character from the back, maybe we do something like this. Maybe this would be pretty cool compositionally. Maybe we can have his eyes be the same color, just for some extra effect, you know. You know, what we can also do is we can actually darken the background a little bit, just so the rim light pops more, kind of like this. Not necessarily a fan of like huge saturation going on currently. I usually like more kind of tuned down tones and colors, but that's what we have. Hey cat, yo. You've been drawing out sketching layouts from started, or is it something you develop later on? It is definitely something that I've picked up very recently. I've actually struggled so much with like just like my work process. Especially I remember like first year, it was like an OCD thing where I would be trying out like a structured approach that I looked up online, like you know, do line art and do like underpaint and go into shadows and do this and do that, and I would try that, then like fail for like many different reasons all the time, and then I would get like so frustrated with it, and I would get incredibly annoyed, and it's kind of crazy looking back into like, meanwhile, it really kind of doesn't really matter how you achieve your goal, like how you achieve a given piece, but I just had so much emphasis on that, and I was getting like so frustrated because of it. You're just getting too much AI trash, hard to find good reference. Yeah, I don't go there anymore. People say that they mute AI and it doesn't really recommend it to them anymore. I'm not sure how true that is. Yo, what if you do something interesting here? What if we splash some blood in here? And we would actually, I guess maybe it would do for a little bit more of storytelling, but also I want to just spread out this color from his hair. You know, one really good tip about colors is that you should never have like color in only one place. So if there is like hair here, you should also spread that color elsewhere, so like somehow find a way, even if it's like some little dots or something. Hey Daryl. Yo. Seeing how mostly, yeah, when I remember days when it was all human art, yes. And like it has such a variety of it too, like of like AI generated slop, that it's really like you cannot tell. It's actually crazy how like convincing it's gotten over the years, that it's like on some pieces you clearly cannot tell if it's like if it's drawn or generated. Barehanded orc, yeah, maybe we can have blood on his hands as well. I mean, I can add an axe to him, but I'm just thinking, like, I came up with that pose, like, in mind. And I can give him an axe. But it's just, like, it would be only, like, a certain portion of it, or maybe he can be holding it like this. Maybe I should give him an axe here. Actually, maybe two. Fuck it, maybe it's like a Fury Warrior. They will be just like off screen. What are you guys thinking? Do you plan perspective on an illustration? I start from a pose and then go from there. I feel like it's much more important to get kind of the feel and everything that a pose gives to you, rather than like, kind of start with perspective first. Yeah, usually very soft skin rendering and always messes up generating fingers. Dude, it really depends. Like, I've seen some that are like actually not soft skin and, you know, not the usual AI, like high contrast, very like soft, very you know, the usual AI stuff. I've seen ones that are actually the opposite of that. Like I've seen what's the name of the guy? Leon Becker? Might be mispronouncing it, but it's like like a very known artist. Leon Becker, and like I've seen AI generating his style, and it's like very convincing of his style. Leon Decker, yes, that guy. Trying to do anime style hair for a character, and the hair alone was 10 layers. Bro, that's anime in a nutshell. I'm gonna do a hair tutorial quite soon though. Hope I hope that'll help. I'll teach you how to paint hair in one layer. He's coming with dynamic, interesting poses. I mean, it's definitely challenging. I would say. Hmm. Let me think for a second. All right, of course, like find a good reference, but I think that's like obvious. I guess one advice that I don't see thrown around is that use like a different angle, like a different point of view. So like a top-down view is usually very dynamic. Like even like a very strict pose might look dynamic with a top-down point of view, and I'll show you. Let me see, out of all the recent ones that I've done. I guess even this. You see how that's like top-down view because we can see its feet and everything? he's literally just standing there, but it does look like kind of more dynamic than like a necessarily eye view angle, and then that alone makes it more dynamic. So again, that would be one tip. Hey Under, yo Under, I'm chatting with people from YouTube. Can you imagine YouTube chat being like way more live than Twitch chat? Is that real? I guess that would be the tip that I would give. Other tips, I'm not sure. Like it's super tough. Don't get me wrong. It's like very difficult to do that. What I use to help me come up with these poses, and this is actually not a, this is also an illustration that is kind of like inspired by that. Since I paint Warcraft characters, I got very used to using like dressing room, which is just a tool on like a WoW wiki website called WoW Hair, and it's like a model viewer where you can like pick any race, any like model, any outfit from the game, and you can rotate and use even like select animations that like characters can perform in the game. So I use that and just then take screenshots of it and use that as a reference. Hey Macanelli, yo, welcome to the stream. Prefer him not have green screen. Oh, sure, of course. I was actually thinking about like, you didn't mention him to be Makar, like a Makar orc, but I didn't know like what skin to use, so I just kind of went for like pale green. It's not late to change. It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. I hope you like the rest of the idea here. Reminds me of Grom with his long hair. Yeah, that's what I decided to go with. I was kind of like looking for different haircuts for orcs, and the long hair somehow is like the most like hardcore brutal one somehow. Even though you'll think like Garrosh with his bald head is like the kind of the peak of masculinity, like turns out it's not. Turns out long hair is kind of goes even harder. While hair is blocked in my country, I had to use VPN. Dude, that is actually nuts. I hear that all the time, that Wowhead is like blocked in some countries. And I've never heard like a convincing argument for why that is. Let people look at like WoW stuff. Broxigar's hair? Wait, who's Broxigar? Okay, let's do that. I'll get rid of the skin green slowly. It's just a little not easy to do like at once. I'm using Clip Studio. Wow, export and take the 3D objects right into Photoshop if you feel lazy with perspective. Wait, what? You can export stuff from WoW into Photoshop as 3D objects? Oh, I've never heard about that. Holy, that sounds OP. Have some bad news, some great news. Which one do you want to hear first? I will guess. So the bad news is that you broke up, and the good news is that you'll be becoming a full-time WoW esports player. Am I right? Yeah, I did change from to Clip Studio. It's been like, I think, over half a year since I've been using Clip Studio. And for one simple reason, bro. Recording. Good luck recording your paintings in Photoshop. It'll give you Ligma. But here in Clip Studio, bro, it does it for you. So that's what I'm gonna do for the, what's the word? I forgot the word for the, hold on. What? I forgot like one of the most basic words. Sky. Jesus Christ, dude. I forgot the word sky. That's what I decided to do for the sky. Like, it's gonna be like kind of bluish, like a normal daylight, but then those orangey spikes just to kind of showcase the emotion more. You know how you get like tunnel vision and like if you're in rage, that kind of stuff. Me and Max broke up, and now the great news is I can basically paint in game whenever I want to. Now, wait, did I literally guess it right? Did you break up and now you can game and art? For real? Like, did I guess it? Perfect if I could have the Photoshop file at the end with few letters so I can use more simply to make a card. Oh, you'll have it, of course. Yeah, in Clip Studio you can still, like, I can still make a Photoshop file out of it. And the amount of layers, there will be 2. The character and the background, if that works for you. That's usually how I work. Pretty much, damn, dude. Okay, so like story time question mark, or you still feel a little heartbroken after that? Because if you don't mind letting us know, I'm very curious. Like what went wrong there? Last thing you told me is that you love each other and you went to her mansion to ride horses or something. I mean, bro, hey, right at the time for season 2. What can I say? Lucky coincidence. Let's fucking go. Wellhead network owner had certain posts in several countries that's kinda clashed with their laws or something. Dude, that is so strange. It's probably the most innocent website in this reality. Broke up because she was too controlling and insecure. Oh shit. Yeah, that doesn't sound too fun. It sounds like it was probably horrible to it sounds like it was horrible to be around her. I mean, hey dude, I'm telling you, more art, more gaming never hurt anybody. And for season 2 coming out as well, hell yeah, man, let's go. Dude, you know what I'm doing? I'm leveling, like, okay, not all, but I'll start with 4 healers. And I would want to do, like, M+ on, like, 4 healers. So, hey, if you ever need healing and M+, bro, you know who to call. Hey, Cliff Rider, you went to Twitch to sub, yo, thanks a lot. Thank you for the Prime. Broke off with my boyfriend same recently too, so he's my friend. Really? shit, yeah, I guess. Season of breakups. Usually it's supposed to be the opposite. Closer to spring. And right on the corner for the Valentine's Day too. Damn, guys. Got left with no Valentine for this time around. Do you plan to paint Warhammer Marines? Plan to paint? If I ever get commissioned, yeah, I'll be gladly painting them, yes. But kinda not on my own. Let's actually... Kinda feel like moving his hair first on a separate layer and then also like a little to the left. Gonna spend Valentine on the Argent Dawn. Nice, dude. Performing head surgery on the guy. See you, Daryl. Get the care, friend. Thanks for tuning in. Not gonna lie, Under, it doesn't even sound that bad. I'm not even that sorry for you. Now you can game all you want. And paint all you want as well. That's pretty good. Actually, remove his leg a little bit off of that. I'm just happy. I'm happy for you then. Let's go, bro. No, but I was on a run for like leveling new healers, by the way. Gonna be gaming hard for season 2, sure. Well, maybe not crazy hard, but like at least somewhat hard. Mental health has improved so much. Yeah, if you're like in a toxic relationship, it's better to be single rather than to be in a toxic relationship. That's what I would say for sure. Maybe we can even, since we have the hair on a separate layer, maybe we can go a little crazy on the hair this time around. Gotta not be afraid for it to mess with anything. Right, McAnally? See you, friend. I'll also be streaming it tomorrow at the same time, so after I'm done with streaming it tomorrow, I'll send you the final. But yeah, feel free to tune in at any time, and thanks for commissioning me. I hope you're gonna like the final. Well, if you like the way it started, you're definitely gonna like the final. I can promise that. It's the start that determines everything, so you gotta be good. For myself, I anticipate the fun part being like rendering the muscles. And like the blood splatters and, you know, stuff like this in this piece. I actually love so much drawing like masculine men and things like that, but I don't really get often to paint that. I would say, 48% what if is what I paint are cute elves, cute elf girls. Other 48% are furries, scalies, and creatures like that, and only 2% left for like stuff like this. So yeah, I'm having my time right now. Let's go. And the reason is that you can actually go so much crazier with like expressions, shapes, and like just artistic stuff with characters like this. Meanwhile, like if you're painting a cute elf girl, she better be cute, you know? She better be cute or people will unfollow. You can really make her go crazy. I guess you can make her go crazy, but it will be like a not safe for war kind of crazy. We ain't painting that on stream. Yeah, earlier today I was leveling a monk. Oh yeah, and what I actually wanted to do, yes, first I should finish what I've been doing. So I was leveling a monk, a healer monk, and it's been so fun. Actually, so incredibly fun. And what I want to do is to level like 4 different healers. I already have 2 of them leveled up and like kind of going in current season, but I want to do 2 more. And once I do all 4 of them in the next season, I want to do like an illustration for every single one of them. And maybe that's kind of like what my gaming will be about. I'll level a character, I'll get them up to date on like current content. I'll make like a nice transmog and like appearance and everything set up for them, and then I'll paint them as like kind of a sense of completion, what I wanted to do with that character. Maybe I'll do that every single season. It's gonna be so cool. I cannot wait. Especially whenever you first start out a character and kind of get the feel for the rotation, everything, it's like exciting and new. You get a lot of ideas for like new pieces and stuff like that. Especially for the monk, you know? Green mint colors with some gold. Hell yeah, that's what I want. That's what it's gonna all be about. Yanti, you're welcome. This guy's collarbone is like probably the length of my spine. That is a massive collarbone. Rendering the face is always so much fun. Especially at first, when there was like just first brush strokes on it. So many potential, so many things you can do. Especially a male face, that is like so many possibilities of where you can go with it. What if I leave the other eye like this? Actually, that's how I really want to paint eyes. Like, unironically, I want to have them, like, be done almost like in 1 or 2 brush strokes. And somehow leave, like, that messiness in. Because this looks very angry. Like, this guy is, like, out there for dinner. This guy is gonna murder you. You know? I need to learn how to portray that kind of emotion in my art. Like, just absolute craziness. He's so... He's so bloodthirsty, his, like, pupils are melting in rage. Maybe that kind of works out. Hey, what do you? I use 4 by 5,000 pixels canvas for pretty much all my, like, quick commissions. Always like this format of painting. I find it, like, optimal for everything. For big illustrations, I use, like, much wider canvases, though. Usually, like, 7 by 4,000 or something like that. Like, very, very wide. But for these, like, character-focused pieces, I do, like, mostly those vertical pieces. Okay, his eyes close a bit. Wouldn't it look cool if his hair looked almost like a splash of blood as well? That'd be very interesting. Press elevator back. Want to stretch a bit? Sunshines. Getting back to it. Jeez, watch this. Get myself a bottle of water. Dude, why would you pack like your bottle like this? Of course. All right, let's go. Let's continue. I like to switch up what I'm working on, so if I was rendering the face, maybe it's time to continue on the light idea we had. Continue on some ring light. Oh. This can be really fun. So the rim light is it's gonna be like the warm part of the character. And the top-down ambient light, which is like bluish, gonna be the cooler part. It's actually my to-go lighting scenario, pretty much. I love working in color schemes like that, and like in light scenarios like this. Very comfort zone for me at this point, pretty much. Erigondas don't like WoW orcs much. Really? Why? That's actually pretty cool for me. Like whenever I was like setting this up in model viewer, I'm like, damn, you know, I've never played an orc in WoW, but that actually makes me want to try it out. That is pretty badass. No feelings here, you just don't like them. You're just a hater then. Well, fair enough, you know. What have you been up to, Dragontos? The usual? Work, life, PP chill? I've been getting a new tattoo yesterday. It has been rough, very painful. Very painful, very long, 5-hour session. Girlfriend arts talk, she's angry about it. What? What the hell? Girlfriend is art stock, dude. Alright, I'm very opinionated on the art block thingy. Like I don't think that such a thing as art block exists. I think if you're art stock, I mean, if is that what you mean, by the way? Maybe I'm about to go on a rant, and meanwhile it's like we literally know what you mean by just do it for it. I mean, yeah, that's Yeah, of course, yeah, you know that's it's not a helpful answer, but it, like, honestly, it's the answer that you deserve. Cannot evolve in drawing. Oh, so she is drawing, but she cannot get better, or like she feels like there's a lack of progress in it. Because those are different. Like if you just cannot bring yourself to do art, and if you like you can art but you don't improve, those are vastly different. Also, I kind of wonder if she just cannot, if she's arting but can't improve. I wonder, like, why does she even need to? Like, what's the goal that she's trying to do it? Start drawing the same face? Come on, bro, you gotta give us more context. What does it mean? Is it that she doesn't want to try any other faces, or is that she's like working on one and it doesn't she cannot make it right, or maybe confused about it too? Yeah, but that maybe that's the issue. Cannot not make it right when it's different, so she defaults to it every time. Hmm. Yeah, I can see that. Being angry to suggest anything is dangerous. Yeah, then you probably shouldn't suggest anything. I mean, that sounds like it's a, her own issue. She'll have to deal with. Although I would definitely just work on like, having fun, pretty much. Because like drawing, if you're like not having fun while drawing, you'll not go there very far. Good luck, girlfriend. Clicking on Elden Ring icon. By the way, Dragontos, have you seen that? Like, the YouTube video that I did with that Elden Ring painting, like it's not necessarily about that painting, but it was like about painting fast, and I had the speed paint of Artorias in the background. It got more than like 11,000 views. Have you seen that? Absolutely insane, dude. Wow. Yeah. Arthur is from Dark Souls? Or really? Dragontos told me that it is from Elden Ring. Watching right now. Hey, +1 view. Let's go. Isn't it crazy, dude? Like, so many views on that video. He's from Elden Ring, yeah, you see? You see, Kapoki? I told you. He was one of the elders who crafted the ring, like you just don't know the lore. Hey Sparks. One YouTube videos last week. Yo, welcome to the stream, friend. I'm glad you found my content. I've only started doing it pretty much. Yeah. I should have done another video today, but I have successfully delayed and then procrastinated on it and then decided to just play WoW instead. Ain't that something? Ain't that incredible? But hey, my monk is like 71st level already, so I got like more than 30 levels per day. Like, you cannot argue how productive that was. Love your art, thank you, man. Thank you. I'm glad you like my art. It's actually pretty good progress for an hour and a half. Even less than that. Excited what I'll be able to do within all 6 hours. I don't know about billions, but quite a few. Well, well, well. Hello, Mr. Mel. Right, bad boy. How you doing? Back from a meeting. Wait, you know Sparks? Where do you guys know each other from? Wait, you're saying you just got back from a meeting? Dude, what are you saying? Isn't it like almost... Isn't it like 1:30 a.m. for you, bro? I'm pretty sure, right? Just used to stream. Oh, really? Did you stream your art or like anything else? Gaming? I assume art since Mel is after art streams most of the time. So why are you not streaming anymore? Why did you decide to stop that? If you don't mind me asking. I have my own work after my day job. Really? What do you do for your own work? Car selling company? Like, what are you running? What kind of business we talking? Metal work? Like heavy metal as of, you know, music? Damn, dude. Kinda intense. I don't know how I feel about that. Oh, construction. Wait, are you a construction worker or like do you run people who construct? You, what you working that hard for, huh? You've been telling me that you have like a hard time at work for like half year or more. I streamed art for a few years ago, and after I landed full-time work, I drifted away from online for a while. Oh, damn. Did you get a job in a studio, like art-wise, or like did you switch to a different field? No, for real, Mel. Like, what you working that hard for? Slow down, bro. You'll earn all the money and there'll be no money left for us to earn. Don't be greedy. Don't get all the money for yourself. Wait till I enter the market. Oh no. Wonka S. Please don't. Not the market. Constant out, but different interested in games. Or is it like films or shows? I've been streaming for a little bit over 2 years, and only very recently on YouTube. It has actually been going really well recently. I'm very, very pleased with that. But yeah, a little bit over 2 years for Twitch. And for a year and a half, I've been in this range of like 20 to 50 viewers, and I've never moved out of that range. I'm forever stuck here. But you know, I found like my own ways to motivate and to sort of force myself to be streaming, so that's what I'm doing now. I kind of made streaming work as a motivation tool for me to do more art, pretty much. I mean, I wouldn't really call it motivation, just more like a productivity hack. As if like if I'm streaming, I feel like I should be, you know, drawing constantly. It doesn't allow me to like get lazy and get distracted and to decide to do something else. Like if I'm streaming, I feel like I have to be painting, and it kind of makes me painting and makes me actually quite productive. So yeah, that's kind of the main reason why I'm doing that. Have you been successful whenever you used to stream jazz? I guess I can just see how many followers you've had. $5 million followers? Holy shit. Instagram. Damn, that's a lot. No AI, nice. Hey brother, true, fuck AI. How long you've been running from authorities? A little over 2 years now. What about it? It's not like I'm running from them. I just don't want this. You know, like, I'm just not in the mood of seeing them. It's different. I actually wonder if YouTube followers would be the easiest one to gain. Because I went from 1,000 to 2,000 like so little time, just basically within one video. And for Twitch, it's been obviously like super slow growth. I think I'm at like 4K right now. Work is all super outdated. I wish I could just delete it and delete it all and start again. I mean, you can literally do that. What stops you from deleting all the stuff and starting uploading again? I mean, I guess whenever you're busy with your current work, like you don't have enough time to build like a new portfolio. Hmm. Oh yeah, love this eye. Wonder if the commissioner will complain. Because I'm definitely going a little bit too crazy on the eyes for this guy. I don't delete my old stuff. Like, I think on my Instagram I have like 400 posts or something absolutely nuts. Yeah, almost 500 posts. You can scroll all the way back, and it's not even my oldest art. But like, I don't know, I don't really bother deleting that. So Jess, I guess you're like a successful artist who made it into a studio job. Nice. I mean, actually there are quite a lot of artists who used to stream but then gave it up because they got like a job that they were not able to like have it along with the streams. So it's like definitely makes sense. Definitely makes sense. You watched the 130 YouTube video on 150 hours per year? Yo, thank you. Hey, Bad, you're welcome. Welcome to the stream. I honestly don't feel like it's work ethic at all. Like I feel like I'm just kind of cheating up the numbers through doing these quick artworks. Like this is, you know, I've been on the stream right now for less than 2 hours, and this piece is already, you know, looking pretty solid. Like it's looking like it looks like it's on the right track, and it's not like an impressive work ethic to like show up for 3 hours every day. And I'm not even doing that, by the way. Like I've skipped so many days, even like last month and even this month. So yeah, I feel like I'm cheating the system in sort of in a way. I do like the results though, so I'll give myself that. This cheating the system has been pretty effective. Oh yeah, something also that I started doing recently, kinda, I guess, maybe not related to work ethic, but something that I try to do for my quote-unquote business, is that a couple of recent pieces that I've posted, I've also uploaded them as a print, and I'm trying to like post it in the comment. Like let's say I post a piece on Twitter, and then I type in the comments that, hey, like this is available as a print. I have no idea if that's gonna work out or not, but currently it hasn't been working out. Another session of quick commissions after this one. Not today, like I'm doing these like once a day. So like once a day I invest 3 hours into like a quick piece like this. And the next day I finish it, and then I start another one. So pretty much one every 2 days. And in the other time I'm working on like bigger illustrations. So right now I have two big pieces going on. I can show you very briefly. I have this, which I have started quite a while ago. Like, this one is kind of challenging, I'm not gonna lie. It's been already so many hours. So it's like a hunter with an eagle, or like an owl, a sentient owl. And like pets and everything. I would probably like to spike up the contrast here a bit, now looking at it. But yeah, so I'm working on this one. I also have this one that I've just started. But I'm waiting on some like initial feedback for this piece. So those are going to be like two big illustrations that I will spend like, I don't know, at least 30 hours on, 40 hours. So like, I'm obviously arting off stream, it's just that I'm kind of doing different kind of stuff off stream. But yeah, actually for the stream though, like, I'm trying to do the almost like the bare minimum of the stream, if that makes sense. Like I only Right, how do I phrase it? Like, I only make myself to come for 3 hours because I know that I'm kinda up. I'm definitely not gonna stream if I make myself do something else. So like, the reason why I wasn't really streaming that much in January is because I really wanted to do longer streams, to do like line art drawings on the stream, and then I did that for quite a few times. It was quite challenging to push like for 4 or 5 hours. I had like some wrist pain and stuff, and then I just started procrastinating and not streaming, like looking for excuses not to stream, and until I literally didn't stream for like a couple of weeks, literally half a month I didn't stream. And then I realized that it's like I'm just kind of asking too much from myself. Not like it's, you know, impossible to get done, not like it's a lot, but if I kind of make myself, like if I pressure myself into doing that much, I'm literally not doing anything. You were missed in January? Yeah, Mappa, I'm sorry. I mean, that's why, like, and it's super stupid and I feel dumb about it, but then I feel like it's important to, like, literally kind of study how you yourself work and then work around those limits. So maybe if I cannot bring myself to do a 5-hour stream, like, maybe I can just, like, come in for 3 hours if that's all that I can do. But I have to do at least that. The forehead is kind of like a little bothering me. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to do currently, to do the bare minimum, so at least I do it. And maybe then we can, like, you know, if I feel extra cute, maybe I can do like a longer stream or something. Hard to do good focused work on stream compared to working offline. I would say it's harder to focus, but it's also easier to stay on track for longer. So like off stream, I can only bring myself to paint for 3 hours with no breaks in the morning. Any other time, like, it's literally impossible. Like, I'm working for like maybe half an hour, 40 minutes, then I'm like spacing out and doing something else, getting distracted, like, you know, changing something, or like, yeah, so like I'm kind of able to work more productively but for less time. And on the stream it's kind of like I'm able to work many hours in a row but also not as productively. Although, however, like, I don't even know, like, sometimes it is productive, sometimes it isn't. For example, these 2 hours have been quite productive, as you can see. And it's also gotten better. Remember, first, like, couple of months of streaming were, like, the stress of streaming was overwhelming. So, like, it will literally make it harder for me to focus on the art. Almost like the bottom jaw should be, like, a little bit to that side. Do you like the Giga Chat chin or not? I don't know if I like. Yeah, that's kind of better. So did you stop streaming just because there was no need for it, or did you stop streaming because you just were not able to do it at the same time with your work? Weirdly handsome? He's furious. Furious and handsome. One day I'll have the same hair as this guy. As this big boy. Right, maybe let's Let's get to work on the armor. Wanted to pull my focus into job because I moved place and a lot of change and I locked in, I guess. Yeah, it makes sense. Streaming is definitely like one thing that I definitely have a problem with streaming is that it's like a huge time commitment. And you might say that art is also a huge time commitment, but it's not in the same way because with art you can like space those hours throughout the day. So like I might paint for like 8 to 9 hours in total, but in one sitting it would only be like a couple of to like 3 hours maybe at a time. And it's like easy to do throughout the day, right? Because you can, you know, like feed in other activities. But with streaming it doesn't work like that. It's like one chunk of time in one sitting, and it's very, very problematic to feel like to fit other things within that. So yeah, I can definitely see how it wouldn't work with a full-time job. Because like imagine like and also like you gotta be consistent too. Like it's not like you can stream once in a while and to be nice. Like it wouldn't work like that. So I guess you'd either stream every day after job, which would be like totally exhausting and absolutely crazy, just like workload wise, or you would not do it at all. Oh. Let's darken the background towards the camera. And here should definitely be just much darker. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't have a full-time job, and it is still a struggle to fit it in. Especially what I don't like about it is that you kind of cannot give yourself a slack. Like you cannot just like not do it for a day and like feel okay about it. It's always about like doing it every single day, and if you're not, then it's like such a big hit to what you've been trying to go for. Yeah, feel terrible not doing it, exactly. It's kind of like you feel terrible not doing it, but you also feel terrible while doing it too because it's like stressful and you're not always in the mood for it. Yeah. But you know, I kind of experience stuff like that, and then I try to deal with it in a way of like looking at it as a problem, not as like, not in the way of, oh, like this is what life is about, and it kind of sucks, but I gotta suck it in. Like I just feel like, all right, this is like not working in the current iteration it is, so let's change it up. So and then I try to find like what works for myself specifically, yeah. But it's definitely like it's definitely tough. Hey, Large, you're welcome. I'm doing great, Brandon. How are you? Painting an orc today. Just started this guy, about 2 hours in, feeling quite good about this piece so far. Trying to see where I can sneak in more highlights in the ambient light area. It's fun to see your work, keep it up, thank you. Good, Jess. I will. I definitely will. Hey Noor. Yo. Yo, I sent you another update. I don't know if you've seen it or not. Just another quick one on the initial composition before I dive into rendering and everything. Hey person. What does he look like? Trundle? Does he look like Trundle? No, bro, come on. It's like a... That's a Warcraft orc. Ain't no way he looks like Trundle. Oh, Yeet, nice. Okay, I'll read into it after the stream. I kinda see the similarities. Or Old Cyan. Old Cyan kinda did look like an orc a little bit. Oh damn, doesn't Trundle also have red hair as well? Yeah, maybe that's why. And like grayish skin too. Yeah, I can see why you would say that. Well, it's like for Warcraft players, this is like just screams orc. You would not never mistake it with anything else. Maybe we can give him a scar or something like that. Yeah, those are tattoos, dude. I don't wear anything underneath the white shirt. Hey, Michael. I did completely switch to Clip Studio. To be honest, dude, if you just kind of commit to it, it's like... I'm not missing a single feature of Photoshop. Like, there is literally nothing that I think of, oh, you know, Photoshop used to be better. Performance kind of stinks from time to time, but honestly, it never crashes on me. Compared to Photoshop, which once in a while would just like delete your files for fun. So Clip Studio being just a little slower is a worth trade, at least for me. How old are you? How much would you give me? I always ask that before I answer. How old do you think I am? I know how old you are. You have literally year of your birth in your nickname. I assume it's what it is. Yeah, about that. 26. Well, you work. Thank you, Michael. Yeah, and also for Clip Studio, you just buy it once and then you have it, which is... I definitely don't miss paying for Photoshop subscription. I'm gonna tell you that. So yeah, I would say like, switching to Clip Studio was the good idea. Crazy because so many people were telling me about it and were trying to convince me about switching to Clip Studio, and then I think it's been like years since people were telling me to switch to Clip Studio. Impossible Strange? What do you mean? What's impossible about that? Yeah, I've been born in 1980, 98, right? Yeah, 98. It's been quite a few years since that. Now at least I look like I'm in 20s. Like when I had short hair, people were thinking that I'm like 18 or 19. It's actually crazy. Crazy how much younger I look than I actually am. Honestly, I don't mind that. I used to really hate that whenever I was like a teenager, but now I love it. It's like such a compliment. Yeah, but like my birthday is in October. Same age here. Hey, let's go. Let's go. You know how I look at it? Like 27 is like it's like closer to 25 than to 30. And 25 is like early 20s, so pretty much 20 at this point. So it's not a big deal. Like 28 is whenever it gets serious, but like 27 is still kind of peepee chilling. Hey, Misha's actually birthday present for myself. Yo, that's nice. When is your birthday? Maybe I need to like ramp it up to make it in time for your birthday. Ooh, great. Feel ancient in at early 24? Really? I feel zero difference from like any. In fact, I kind of feel like I feel better than I did like in younger years. Maybe not. I feel indifferent. March 30th? Oh yeah, that's plenty of time. I'll definitely make it happen. I wonder when does aging kicks in? Does it kick in like in... People say it's like 25 is whenever you start going downwards. Still haven't felt it. Maybe 30? Like literally wake up in the morning after the birthday and it's like you have sand in your bed. Hey Simon. feel age already getting the unwanted pain these DLCs. Unwanted pain DLCs. I guess I'm lucky that I'm not balding either. For some guys it's like that's I guess a big thing. Yeah, Simon, tell me about your aging. How did you age? You're talking about aging under 30 is kind of cute. No, wait. Did you not listen? I'm talking that, you know, that there is no aging under 30. At least how I felt it. So it's not like I'm talking about it. It's the opposite. Like I'm agreeing that it doesn't exist under 30. Back pain and fatigue for sure. That stuff might have to do with like lifestyle and such. I mean, I've definitely had much worse back pain in like other years, but I was just doing different stuff when it comes to like exercise and, you know, sitting and stuff like that. Was fine up until 32. Oh, really? How old are you, Simon? I thought you were like in your early 20s, no? "27 but still feel like 22. People say it goes downhill at like 35. I feel like you get old at like 45. Right? Ain't nobody calling like a 50-year-old young. So like until you're 45, you're chilling pretty much. Hey Alexis, you're welcome. Have gray hair in my beard already? Dude, that's badass. I would want to have some gray hairs. You know, usually people portray it as like, you know, this like bad thing whenever they find their first gray hair. I'm looking forward to those. Those look great. Come from McNally? You're welcome. Would love to have any top hair too. Oh shit. I mean, dude, that's genetics. I had a schoolmate at 17 and he was balding at 17. I remember him actually getting mad at it as well. I have gray hair, had some at 18. Little genetics too, yeah. I remember I had a teacher in high school. She was like 30, but she had all gray hair, and she said that she had those from like since birth. That's actually really cool. It looked amazing. Yeah, I guess I would like to think that I'm not endangered. Because like 26, still like no signs of balding, you know, luscious, oiled up hair, all going well. Great patch of hair, dude, that's cool. For intense stress on 27, Here you go. Aging works well for most men, I feel. It depends. Some people are really running it down when it comes to like life choices and stuff. I guess genetics also. Dude, I swear I see people all the time, and I think that they're like twice as old as I am, and meanwhile they are younger than me. It is crazy. There is this one guy in the gym that I go to. He was celebrating his birthday, and the guy is on gear. Like, he's juiced up out of his mind. He's like super muscular. He's like a professional athlete, doing CrossFit for a living pretty much. He had his birthday, and I'm like, yo, Nico, how old are you? Like, happy birthday and shit, you know, how old are you actually? And he was like, I'm 24. I thought dude was like in his 30s. So, yeah. I mean, I guess steroids definitely help you age faster, that's for sure. I mean, maybe he's literally taking growth hormone, right? That's literally what it stands for. It's like it helps you age faster. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely juiced. 100% on gear. Dude, he's a professional crossfitter. Of course he's on gear. Zero chance he's not. What goals with this illustration? Currently just rendering. And I mean, that's kind of pretty much it. I'll probably kind of maybe push the contrast a little bit more, but just kind of rendering. Could you turn on the subtitle for live video? I can read the listening skills so bad. How do you do that? If you can tell me how to do that, maybe I'll be able to. Customization. Unavailable. I actually don't know how to turn them on, so... Also, Alexis, what do you mean by, like, goals illustration? Like, what do you... I hope I answered your question, but I actually don't know. Details. See you, Noir. Your mind, what do you want to do on this? Oh, just currently rendering. I feel like the initial setup that I did, like lighting and color-wise, is pretty good, so I'm just kind of rendering. That's what I'm thinking. Just commissioned someone draw my orc character. You really think out of orc to this? Oh, really? What kind of orc are they? Hey, Vibes, yo. Do you play any games? Do you feel guilty than you do? That is nice. I like the way you phrased that question. Yeah, I play WoW, and even though it sounds comical, I totally understand where you're coming from with this question. So I used to, but I don't anymore. I used to feel super guilty whenever I played games, but now I only play whenever I don't, like, whenever I'm sort of incapable of working, or incapable of working productively. So it's kind of just like a last resort, pretty much. So now I don't feel guilty. Because I'm thinking to myself, like, I would either be, you know, procrastinating, scrolling, like, YouTube or whatever, Twitter, or I'll be gaming, so I'd rather be gaming. And WoW style of orc, what I mean? Oh, I see. Yeah, WoW orcs are pretty much like very, very masculine and very specific. Did you both do then? What do you mean? What do you mean pipes? Yesterday? Oh, it was... I mean, I'd like to show you. Again, like, I can barely move this arm, so I was going for like cover up of the black work that I have on my both arms, and we only managed to do it, I guess I'll show you just on my phone, we only managed to do it up to here, so like the shoulder and up to here, because that was too painful for me to like, to sit through for longer. Like, oh shit, hold on. How to show it? I guess this. That's like, so we were covering up the black work on the shoulder, and yeah, it was super painful. My girlfriend had it way easier though. This is what they did for her. You won't be able to see, but I'll post it somewhere. It's the design that I did. In her little tiny hand. Is there even like any better angle? I guess not. But yeah, it was super painful. Like, it took so long. I was actually hoping to get the whole arm done, but by the end of 4 hours, I was like, yeah, bro, let's just quit it. Like, I'm done. Especially the area that is like here near the armpit is so painful, and the biceps too. Yeah, perhaps when are you getting your next tattoo? I can't wait to get my all arms redone. And it's like very annoying because it doesn't feel like you're getting a new tattoo. You don't get the excitement of getting the new tattoo. And it is like so much suffering. But you just have to do it, right? Like, because you cannot have this like undone, unfinished black work. Worked in studio, any other job? I worked other like retail, not related to art jobs before I started doing art, but I've never worked in studio now. I'm kind of like self-taught, doing my own thing, kind of artist. Oh, you want to do the one matching with your dad and your sister? Yeah, that's cute. Wait, orange eyes. To to have them the same color as the rim light. End up changing a little bit the color of the rim light, but I'll kind of make it align. I mean, obviously, like compositionally too. Maybe not. Maybe I'll leave this orange because it's like very bright and very like setting up the focal point like this, but also like not reflecting, but copying the rim light color, which is it's kind of like this color trick where I try not to have one color I try to not have each color once in the piece. I guess it wouldn't be like one. I guess there's already other orange, but yeah, that's kind of what I went with. Do you think any other color would do better here? Kind of feel like it's perfect. I'll have to work on the eyes a little bit more. I'm still haven't achieved the effect that I wanted to. That's actually pretty good. Like, I almost want to showcase how like angry and furious he is through warping the eyes like this. Okay, a little too many teeth. I have used the oh, what did you do? Oh yeah, I knew it. Wait, did you not take the skirt? Isn't this from the last year? Oh my god. We can even see his underwear? Oh no. There is an orange skirt that you can buy this time around too. Wow. Yeah, fives, that's incredible. Maybe I can make the hair a little smaller. Because it will automatically make him more masculine. That actually might be a bit too much. A little bit. Does this fine gentleman belong to you? This is actually a little bit difficult to answer because there is a guy who messaged me on Instagram and he like wants to get a Warcraft art for a card. He does some kind of cards. I actually didn't even ask about it. But it's basically he just kind of wanted like an orc, like same vibes as Garrosh. So yeah, that's kind of what I came up with. There was no character in particular, just kind of the vibe. Yeah, I don't know if he plays or not. But hey, like, the request sounds good to me. I'm all up for, you know, requests like that. So pretty much, yeah, I made this character in the dressing room in Wildhead. What jobs did you work? I brewed coffee. Worked in a coffee shop. It was incredible. Those were the days. Hey, brag. Doesn't sound bad. That actually wasn't bad. I mean, I had not a lot, but like quite a few jobs. Working as a waiter was like the worst thing ever, ever. But making coffee was actually pretty good. Hey, Mina. Yo, evening, evening. How are you doing, Mina? How was how was your day? My day was great. I actually did a lot of art in the morning on like bigger illustrations. Um, yeah, today I'm just recovering from yesterday's tattoo sessions and just chilling, not really doing much. Didn't even go for a walk, and then played some WoW too. It was nice. Love this drawing. Thank you, Mina. Glad you like it. I'm actually quite pleased with how this is coming out to myself. Orc looks nice. Maybe this shoulder is a little too much. It's kind of insanely huge if you look at it. Just playing WoW for so long, you already get used to shoulder pads being like the size of half of the character. Orcs are always beautiful. Yeah, that's for sure. I think orcs are like it's like one of the only races that I've never played in WoW. Lay all day in gaming. I mean, that sounds great. It sounds like you're having a good time. Perhaps already for season 2, Sunshine. Under told us today that he broke up and he'll be playing WoW full time. He wants to make a living playing World of Warcraft somehow. Heck yeah. Yeah. Glad you had a good day. Thank you, Mina. Yeah, I've chilled out today. I planned on recording a video, but then I kinda procrastinated out of it. But I try not to put myself down too much for it. It's alright. I'll do it tomorrow. Your last job was making coffee? Yeah, literally. So 5 years ago, in this time, I might have been in a coffee shop. But this time I would probably be closing. It was like 11 p.m. and we used to close at 10:30. So yeah. I mean, that's pretty much, yeah, my last job. I mean, kind of the whole art story and how I got to it is pretty much that I was working these jobs and I've met, like, obviously working in retail and like service, you meet a lot of people every single day. And I met so many people, mostly like colleagues and like people who I was working with. And I just realized that you can be, like, I was, at the time was, what, like 21, I think? And I was working these jobs from since I was 18. So like just, 2-3 years. And I realized that I've had colleagues who are like 25, 30, 35 years old. So you can be, I was working as a waiter and I had people who are 30 and they have kids also working as a waiter. So it took me a couple of years, but I pretty much clocked that unless I kind of come up with something and do something about my life, I'll be there forever. Like, I could have been working as a waiter right now, or like making coffee. And even though making coffee wasn't that bad, it's like still, like, I either come up with something right now or I'll be stuck there forever. So I just decided to start drawing. That's pretty much what I decided to do. Well, making coffee was pretty good though. I still have huge passion for coffee. Sunshine, let me go for a little break. Need to stretch out a bit. Right, team, we back. Are there any artists you're inspired by? Oh, hell yeah. People. I wasn't necessarily looking up to anybody recently, but okay, I'm not necessarily studying anybody. It used to be in the past that I would be like totally obsessed with one like given artist and I would study them all the time. I guess one of the last people like that was Kuda Man. And yeah, for shapes, obviously. Kuda Man, if you want to look them up on Instagram. Wanted to dedicate my life to art. Got pretty elite portfolio and some concept art, but getting hard is hard now in today's environment. Oh yeah, I can imagine, dude. That's the only thing I hear about like getting hard, like getting a job as an artist is that is pretty much impossible. That's why I don't even try. Kuda Man. Yeah, pretty much like that, but like with no space in the middle. So like together, Kuda Man. So yeah, that's why I don't even hope to get like a job in the studio. I mean, I probably could have if I looked for it. Like realistically speaking, a lot of people told me that I could have found it, but I'm not even trying because it's like, you know, sounds like today's environment is too competitive for it. So yeah, currently I'm just making a living doing personal commissions. And, you know, have a lot of success doing that. At least for the place where I'm living, like it's enough to make a living. If I was living in the US or something, I would have been in jeopardy. For sure. I would have not been able to make a living. I live in Georgia. Dude, in Georgia, like, middle income is $650 a month. That's like what people on average make here. So yeah, like, you don't have to be a top tier working in studio artist to make a living here. His work's nuts. Yeah, he's like insane. So my kind of biggest obsession with Kureman was to try to study him and to somehow bring it into my artwork. Because I like his shape language, but I don't want to make my art as cartoony or like, what's the word for it? I guess it's cartoony, but also it is caricaturish. You know how they make caricatures of like usually famous actors and stuff like that. So like I don't really like that aspect of his art, but I like the shape language. Who'd wanna live in US these days nowadays anyways? Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's people who got born there. Hippin. How do you use references for your work? Sometimes I use them for a pose or if I really have no idea what I'm about to paint, but mostly it's for characters designs. Because mostly I'm working like for somebody, so I'm getting commissions. And I paint characters that I've never seen before. So I'm using it for like a concept reference pretty much. Hey Smugsy, yo, thank you for the resub. Dude, 20 months? That is nuts, man. How do you like the new Rogue Heart emote? Yeah, 5C, I finally made it. You've been asking for it, and you've received it. He really exaggerates his proportions? Yeah, he really does. So like I don't like the exaggeration proportion part, but I really like the relationships his shapes have. Like they're really flowing to each other. And I mean, I guess that's what I've tried to do with this eye. Even I didn't mention it, but it's like the where I got this idea was from studying Kudaman, which I actually did like I guess more than half a year ago. At this point, maybe even more than a year ago. I don't remember when was the last time I even did any like studying. Can just nag you and you'll do something. Yeah, it's actually crazy how it works. I'm surprised that it worked out. You've been you've been actually harassing me with the hard frog emo request for so long that I actually did it. It's insane. How do you approach lighting? Oh, I've never used references for lighting. I guess I'm using quite familiar and like very like I'm kind of reusing lighting setups that I usually do all the time. So for example, literally one of my recent pieces, this one, like literally made this like maybe a week ago. If you look close, it's pretty much the same lighting scenario. So like a top-down kind of ambient light and a rim light. And literally same here, but it's this time it's like the rim light is like more orangey and the top-down lighting is like kind of bluish. So I'm pretty much reusing like one or two lighting scenarios and I, you know, rarely change them. I mean, I guess there are not that many lighting scenarios like overall. I don't know, how creative do people get with lighting? Lighting something I struggle with in the rendering phase? I really like rendering characters in shadow. That feels like very... So like technically this guy is like fully in shadow, right? Like he's getting lit with direct light from the back, so we can only see the rim light. The rim light is easy, anybody can do a rim light. And then in the shadow you only do the ambient light, which is pretty much from the sky. So anything that comes down from the top would be kinda, you know, lit up like this blue. Hey Maxi, yo. So that's kind of how I understand it, and it is pretty simple if you like break it down and do a million times. I guess to find a reference for lighting wouldn't be a bad idea. I just think it's kind of difficult because I mean, you either repainting the whole thing like one-to-one, or it's kind of like difficult to, you know, get an idea of how things work without like a one-to-one reference. It's a little too bright. Echo, thank you. Design characters, people give you reference to paint. Uh, I almost never design characters from scratch. So usually it's like people's characters from Warcraft that they play. You probably never get to see you anymore. Yes, Moxie, where are you, Sunshine? Where have you been? Like, aren't those quite NA-friendly hours right now? Like, I've totally changed my time of streaming, so I would imagine it's like way more friendlier for you. Have you tried? Yeah, of course, a bunch of times. I would say it's not necessarily what I like doing. Like, I can get into the zone of it, and it's like it can be enjoyable. But what I really like doing is just like kind of bringing characters to life. So, for example, there is only like a 3D model of something, or even like maybe a description of a character, and then I make that like raw material, and then I paint the character and make them look incredible in like a given scene. That is what I really love doing. More commissions from retail or classic players? Oh, dude, it's all retail. There is no classic players who commission me. There was one attempt, I gotta give you that. There was a guy who messaged me and he was like, yo, dude, I'm Zaryu moderator and like an editor. And if you don't know, guys, Zaryu is like a popular WoW streamer and he's like obviously streaming hardcore WoW now. He was like, you gotta paint like his character because he'll get 60 and maybe you'll do that for exposure. I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm not doing it for exposure, but listen, there are like, I can do it like for the price of like a quick commission, and those like these terms are for it. And then he just dipped. He didn't reply to me. I was kind of excited like to paint like a huge big streamer's classic character because it would be a first classic character that I get to paint. And then he well, I guess the exposure button didn't work. Exposure this. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it sounded like he didn't mind paying for it if it's not a lot, but yeah, he ended up just like ghosting me and not replying. Which I actually don't mind if you like just don't want to like proceed with it. Just like say no. Like it's totally fine to say, hey, sorry, like I kinda don't want to spend money on art. That's totally cool. Yeah, I have my commissions open pretty much like all the time. Sometimes it's just like a little bit of a queue, a little bit of a wait before I get to work on somebody's piece. People trying to get free shit. It didn't sound like he was acting in bad faith, it just sounded like he wanted to kinda, yeah, get it for either free or like super cheap. Which, dude, just to make you aware of it, the streamer is like pulling 10k viewers like daily. That guy is eating well. Like, I mean, maybe commission and write it down somehow towards like his on him or something. Like, ask for him to pay. Like, what's the issue there? The guy is like swimming in money. Like, I'm sorry, but if you're averaging 10,000 viewers and have huge YouTube going on, like. Exposure is great. I always get my iPads working with exposure as well. Works out every time. Yeah. And like nutrition profile if you want to use the exposure for food is pretty good as well. Up to like 69 calories per milliliter. Hey Sin, you're welcome. I'm glad you like the painting. Seems like a lot of people coming from McAnally. That's nice. That's the exposure. That's That's what I'm talking about. I mean, to be honest, it would have been probably a lot of exposure whenever he would hit 60 on his character, and you know, the guy would send him the artwork, and he would look at it on stream, and it would be like all this crazy moment. Remember, there was something during Uldir World, Race to World First in Battle for Azeroth. I remember Method at the time killed the last boss, and their guild leader received an artwork, and he opened it on stream, and they had like a bunch of viewers, and it was like an artwork of his character like killing the end boss. That was pretty nice. Hell, I wasn't even doing art back then, I think. Or was I? So yeah, it can definitely get you some exposure, especially with the viewership so this guy would have had, but like, dude, it is still... It'll still be such a shitty experience. Like, I would just feel like I was taken advantage of. Possible to get a job as an artist, though nepotism or through being a rock star like Maxim Beshanov. Oh, I see what you mean. I mean, I'm not saying it's, yeah, it's definitely not impossible, but it's just like the competition is like too high. Imagine like you're who are like qualified for the job, but it might have been like your first or second job as an artist, and then you're competing against somebody who just got laid off from like a riot. Like, dude, what? That's crazy. And that seems to be like a thing in like many fields right now as well. So yeah, I'm not even hoping for it. To be honest, like doing that art for the classic streamers, that's kind of something that I wanted to do on my own, just like not even as a commission, but it is just like such a... It would have been a bad practice if somebody like wanted like it's totally different if you're doing a fan art for somebody for free, just on your own, out of your own desire, and then if somebody just wants to kind of get your stuff for free, because if you'll be handling favors like that, it will be just, you'll be kind of devaluing your work yourself. So yeah, that's what I don't like about it. You kind of set up a bad example. Thank you, Sinsin. Yeah, I'm glad you like my art. I don't really do designs, like I just do illustrations. So like most characters that you see are player characters from WoW. And like people play those characters, that role plays them, and then they kind of ask for me for a commission. Going into IT seems just as risky as trying to get into art industry. Oh yeah, I can imagine. I guess with IT, it's a little like if you're already into it, if you have like an education or something, it's easier. I have like a lot of friends who are working somewhere because there's just a lot of startups, and you know, new bullshit comes up every day, and they always need programmers for it. What do you feel about this last year of Word? In what areas did you improve on most, and what do you want to improve on this year? You mean like when it comes to art, or like all things together? Like life related? Dude, when it comes to art, I was thinking about like doing line art and like getting drawings done, and you know, stuff like that. Focusing on some entertaining streams with line art, but like just 1 month of doing that and I completely changed my mind. I want to just continue as I was going for the last year, doing paintings and I mean a couple of things, but like mostly just like hardcore painting, trying to dial down my art style, making it really, really recognizable. But I would say mostly I'm very satisfied with where my art is going on its own. Like to be honest, it doesn't even need like any active attention. Like I just know that I'll improve just by drawing. Where my attention mostly going to is like to kind of branch out into like making videos or like, you know, streaming more, um, and developing like Patreon and print shops, you know, kind of like it's also art related, but it's more like career and business stuff related. You don't need line art? Yeah, line art is gay. People do really like watching line art though, that's what I gotta say. For example, my Twitch streams have never had like more than, I don't know, 30, 50 viewers. If only I start doing line art, dude, like I'm telling you, just drawing characters, immediately get like double the viewers. And that's not even like doing it consistently, so I wonder like what if I was doing it for like months or like a year? Maybe I would have grown my stream, but also like is it a worthwhile like thing to do, or is it not? uh WoW Wipe didn't play what, although they didn't play much, did you? Oh yeah. Like WoW was pretty much the only game that I'm playing. And it's been like that for a while. Like I'm an active player. You saying how fast you paint? Yeah, I'm satisfied with my speed of painting, but you know, the idea that I've had recently, like basically in a couple of days, is that I want to create my masterpiece. And I've never actually wanted to do that, but now I have this idea in mind of like creating a piece that would be like my masterpiece, like the best artwork that I've ever created. And what if I would try to make that and like push that boundary every single, like, I don't know, month or like half year or something like that? And just, you know, kind of put all that I know into creating one spectacular artwork, because I've never really tried to do that. Like, you know, I would do a piece and sometimes it would do well, sometimes it wouldn't, but then I would never try to like kind of go all out on a single artwork. So I don't even know how it would look like. I guess maybe for this year, what we gotta do is we gotta create our masterpiece. What is stopping you from giving those 200% before? A lot of things, honestly. It feels like not every single piece is like needs that. Do you guys know how like old Renaissance paintings looked? Like ones with like 50 characters on like those ambitious like religious compositions with like, you know, crazy stuff and, you know, things going on in the painting. Like that is super ambitious, and I'm talking something about like that. Not necessarily a religious motif or like a scenario going on, but something like epic, something really big. Of course, you can like take just a simple character piece and then try to render it like as much as you can, but I don't feel like that's it. I don't feel like there is much to it, you know? A lot of people can just like render out and... I would say sometimes it even kind of makes the painting worse rather than better. You thought about taking mentorship from something like Moon Colony? No. I feel like mentorship is probably the best way to improve it in art. Although I feel like you would need that if you don't know how to progress yourself. And I feel like so far I feel like confident about me progressing on my own, and I'm satisfied with where my art is going. I guess at the moment where it stops, I will kind of maybe look into asking somebody for advice, critique, mentorship, and stuff like that, but I don't feel like I need it for now. But it's definitely something that is worth, like, money or time. I don't know who Moon Colony is, or what they are, but in general, mentorship as a concept is brilliant. If I'm painting, that's like the last day in Pompeii. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Like, so imagine creating something like that. Maybe not to that scale, but like something absolutely outrageous. People would look at it and be like, "Oh, damn, that's like, holy shit, that's a lot," you know. I've actually tried making a piece like that, and I just kind of, after maybe like 20-30 hours in, I just stopped. I just didn't think it was worth finishing. Tons of art for Hearthstone and WoW. You see, mentorship is like guidance, pretty much. So it's not like they're gonna teach you anything. It's like they're gonna come to them and they're gonna say, it's like, oh, you know, focus your efforts on this, or focus your efforts on this. And it's, dude, don't get me wrong, it's like super helpful. At any point of your art journey, it is like incredible that somebody who's done it, who's better than you, just looking at you and be like, yeah, I know what you'll benefit from the most, and they tell you and you do it and you benefit from it the most, and you just get better and everybody wins, right? But I just feel like if I was to come to somebody like that, they would just tell me the same thing as I'm thinking for myself, is what I'm thinking. They'll literally tell me to work on something that I'm already working on. I don't know how people can do massive illustrations like that without burnout. Yeah, you definitely gotta be in a different mindset. I just get bored of a big piece pretty easily. Not gonna lie, like, whenever a piece is like more than 30 hours, I'm just get like totally, what would be the word to use there? Like, I just don't care for that piece anymore. To me, it's like, it's like I've experienced, like, I've watched that movie, I've played through that game, and I really don't care about it anymore. It's how I feel about those big artworks. So there would have to be some internal work done after I'm able to finish like a bigger piece. Wow, not a bad progress for 3 hours on this piece. Not a bad progress, I would say. But yeah, Sunshines, I think we're done for today. Those have been a really good 3 hours. Gotta go have some dinner and maybe play some more WoW. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching. I'll come back to finish this piece tomorrow at the same time. Right, guys? See ya. Bye.